Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's Teresa here, and today I am playing along with the Traci Reed Designs YouTube hop for the April collection called Aflutter. Today I'm going to share a 6x8 layout with you, and I'm working mostly with the pattern papers and the sticker pack from this collection. I've already printed out two of the pattern papers as a background. I've printed out two journal cards and two photos. They're slightly bit smaller than 3x4. And then I printed out all those stickers in the sticker pack. And also, one of the things I did before printing the yellow patterned paper was I kind of clipped this quote. It's originally on one of the Traveler's Notebook signatures, and I sort of clipped it and overlaid it onto the yellow pattern paper, and then recolored some of the words just for fun, just bringing in more of these beautiful colors from this collection. And what I want to try to do now is have a play with the florals in this kit. And so I thought what I would do is sort of make a wreath going around this quote. And it was really easy, of course, to fill in all the flowers here and sort of get the overall shape that I wanted. But what I was struggling to figure out was, and you'll see me redo it all a couple of times, I couldn't figure out whether the stems of the flowers should be pointed in towards the oval or outwards. And then it occurred to me, I was thinking about how I make wreaths in real life. I always make the wreaths for our front door. And so I was thinking about how when I make those, I have all the flowers going in one direction around the wreath. And so that was the aha moment that made this. I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out. But at any rate, it's part of the creative process, and I like sharing some of the bumbling moments as well. And then I am going to use glue dots to adhere these down. The reason that I'm using glue dots is because then I can sort of bend up some of the leaves and some of the blooms and give a little more dimension here to the page, and just create some of that scrappy feel that we love. I love that, the layers and the dimension, and just having visual interest here to take in. And one of the things that I really love about how this layout is already coming together is the play that I'm having with the flowers. And so, of course, on the left-hand side, the flowers show up on the background patterned paper. And of course, the pattern paper is presenting the florals in a repetitive pattern, but this is a different way of presenting not really a pattern, but a predicted shape. And then you also get a great feel for the yellows in this collection by putting this flower wreath on the yellow background. This color palette, I think, is one of my favorites that Traci has ever done, and I loved playing with it so much. I did notice my oval isn't quite an oval, and that's okay. We're gonna go with it, but I will go back and add a little something more to kind of offset that little bump out that came about. So as I mentioned, I printed out these two photos and two journal cards. I did make them a little bit smaller just so that more of the floral pattern would show behind it. And then I just arranged them in a loose grid, what I call a loose grid, and they're just overlapping a little bit, and that gives some room. Listen, I might have left more of that pattern paper to show behind it, but you better believe I'm going to add some embellishments as well. So some of the butterflies, they're so pretty. And then the butterflies needed some flowers to rest on. So I added a few of the little florals. I do believe, just a funny side note, I do believe I used almost all of the florals in the sticker pack in this kit, in case you're curious about that. And what I do, I love when that happens. Here you go. You can see where I went back and added in that little that little butterfly, just to sort of, I don't know, make a little more of an oval shape. I don't know. They say if you can draw a perfect circle, then there's something not quite right with you. So everything's all right with me, because I definitely cannot make a perfect circle or a perfect oval. All right. Moving along, I grabbed a couple of stamp sets, one from Cocoa Daisy, one from Studio Calico, and a couple of little ink cubes here just to stamp a little bit around the page. I messed up the Alan's face there on that bottom photo a little bit. I may go back later and reprint that. For now though, I just kind of left it. Just again going for some of that scrappy kind of just slightly imperfect look. I don't know. But also just having time right now. Having time to reprint and do all that. So it's okay to leave it there right now. I just thought I would mention it because it is on the final photos as well. No big deal. So what I wanted to do was stamp a little bit around the floral oval here. So I had this cute little line stamp from Cocoa Daisy. It's got a combination of little tiny flowers and little tiny leaves. And so I'm gonna stamp a little of that around the page. I have used this stamp a few times, and it's a year or two old at least, so it has aged. That's why it looks yellow. It has aged, and I've used it on quite a few little layouts in a similar way, actually, just to have some little lines here on that yellow pattern paper in different colors, kind of going off the page and filling in a little of that yellow space, white space there around these edges. And then I also decided, well, there should be some lines inside the oval as well. So I'm gonna mask off and kind of protect the little flowers there, and just squeeze the little stamp in between the masks. So that's kind of fun, and just kind of highlights little areas on this layout. A little more detail, just having a little more play, extending this process a little bit longer is really what I'm doing here. I'm just having fun, just making it fun, and that's the best part. In the end, that's really what matters the most. So just finishing out a few of those little lines, branches, there, using some of the different colors. Mostly they all went down in the blue family there. And so some of them go off of the page, but some of them look like they're originating from under the flowers as well. I also need to add a little bit of journaling, so I'm just gonna write a little bit. We had a date night to go play mini golf, and we took these pictures right before we got in the car to leave. I love that. That's my favorite time, to take these cute little photos like this of us. So we had a really fun time being like kids again. And then I thought, well, this needs more color, and definitely needed enamel dots. I had this old set from Paige Evans, and bonus points if you can remember what collection these were from. So I'm just going to use some of them up. I liked this set because they had hearts, butterflies, and flowers, which goes perfect with this collection. So I'm just going to sprinkle those a little bit here and there. I'm not really thinking too hard about where they're going, just having a good time with it. So I hope that you will join us on the YouTube Hop. I will have all of the talented designers listed below who are participating. And of course, I will have the Aflutter collection linked down below for you as well, so you can see there. This will be up on my blog, and I'll link that for you too. So lots to check out there. Thanks again for watching. I'm so glad you're here, and I'll see you back here again real soon. Bye-bye.